morning, TNT. A real early one today, boy. Up for a while, eh? But some reading and thing there, so looking over a couple things. But before we get to that, remember, see, so we take a second and give the Lord Father thanks for another day. Because like I always say, good, bad, or indifferent, every day the Lord Father gives you is a good day. Every single day He gives you is a blessed day. It's a blessed day. Because He didn't have to give it to you. He could have called you home and time to face judgment. But He gave you another day. So show some gratitude and take a second out of your day every day and give thanks. So let me get on to it. Now last night I sit down there, so and I thinking about this oil deal. Racking my brain there, so and I thinking, I say, all right, let me find this deal, and they talking about exploration and all kind of things. I say, but wait, man, I have a partner that used to do that. I myself, I used to work in gas. I used to do HVAC. I can't do them thing anymore. So I'm familiar with the process. Well, my partner call him and say, hey, I'm going to ask you a question. When you're doing exploration and thing, how long does it take? Months, weeks? What was the time frame? Partner laugh. He said just to get all the equipment and thing there could take a year or so. That's just to get equipment there. And then you have staffing and all kind of thing, partner, is years before them start to really look at. It's years. That quick thing, it's no quick turnaround. So I say, but wait a minute. If they're making a deal here soon now, and say they find oil or whatever, and them start to drill, and they had to recoup their costs, was the turnaround time for that? You say, well, if in a case where you're looking at a country and you have a license from the country, you're looking at years before you recoup your costs. And it's not every cent that coming in there going straight to your costs. You're covering your overhead, you're covering your staff, you're covering your operations, you're covering this, and a percentage of what you take going to cost. Percentage. So I tell my partner, say, all right, thanks, you know. And I go on and start to read and thing, So I start to look up, I say, well, hold on, man. If them announce them going and start drilling and thing, how are them finding oil? That make no sense, because that's years before they start anything. So you're looking at over a decade before Trinidad see 1 red cent. 1 cent. So I gone back, I said, all right, let me go back, let me just check. And partner, just happened so I come across an MP from St. Anne's called Stuart Young or something like that. I probably butcher any man name, And I start to look at what he say. And he say in 2010 and 2015, Miss Kamala give away oil revenue and incentive to American companies to go and locate oil in Trinidad and Tobago. under OFAC license, or OFAC indeed. OFAC indeed, boy. And OFAC is the Office of Foreign Assets Control. Okay, who owned that? The United States. So how US, how we need United States to grant any kind of license anyway, where it's not in American water or American territory? That's a way they say make no sense either. So I continue reading and I continue researching and things. Here's what I find out. Between 2010 and 2015, Miss Kamala along with Monilal, because Monilal went to United States to meet with Barack Obama and his husband, his wife. And them sign a deal there so called the PSC deal, a profit share thing for the exploration of oil in Trinidad and Tobago. That cost ExxonMobil and Shell an estimated $21 billion in exploration costs. And who paid that back? Trinidad and Tobago. Miss Kamala sign a license. They give them a license until the year 2025. That happened to be this year. That just happened to be this year. And it's here what I think I estimated 13 years. 13 years before any kind of profit would be transferred over to Trinidad and Tobago. And at the highest estimate, the max amount of money that could possibly be paid to Trinidad and Tobago is about $7 billion. That is less than $1 billion a year. But they want to tell we that ExxonMobil and Shell will only keep 60% of the profit. Well, that maths don't make any sense. I tell all you the woman was stupid. I know she failed maths too. So them numbers are adding up. And then it so happened, it happens so, it is set up, partner, it is set up. That in 2025, Miss Kamala there and Mr. Monilal took a new deal with ExxonMobil, who now controlling over 90%, over 95%, and collecting over 95% of the profit from the oil, and who controlling production. They taking the oil out of the ground, and now they're going to charge Trinidad for the cost to set up and to start extracting the oil. Trinidad paying that cost, and we get at 3.5%. But instead, of saying we go grant you a license for X amount of years, it just so happened. They're real lucky, The people are real lucky, boy. It happened that they're lucky enough that Miss Kamala and Mr. Monilal, two upstanding citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, they're to make a deal and give them ownership of the water and the territory out in Trinidad water. where them just happen to find oil and tell them they go get 3.5%. Well, that 3.5% are coming for another 13 to 14 years. If you see it at all. So for the next decade or so, all you ain't gain one ass. And all you want to tell me, she just happened to win again? That just happened so. Nah, partner, that is set up, man. Listen, Dread. Like plenty earlier. All you know smart man game when we see it, you know. All you know smart man thing when we see it. That is smart man thing, you know. That is smart man game. So, Miss Kamala was there to set up the deal with ExxonMobil and Shell under the direction of the United States, because around that same time, the United States was building up the reserve. And Mr. Joe Biden come along with you ass and drain the thing. Or so they tell we. So they tell we. And once Mr. Donald Trump come in there, now the Office of Foreign Asset Control want to issue a license to Trinidad and Tobago, granting them the right to sell their country's resources and to extract the resources from their country, their sovereign nation. We need a license from the United States of America. Make that one make sense for me. Partner, make it make sense for me. Make that one make sense. And all you tell me all of them are corrupt, all of them mother asses the same thing. Them are controlled by Trinidadian, you know. Them controlled by America. It's America put them there, so. You wonder how Miss Kamala get there? Partner, they put she there. I see same thing happening in Canada, you know. Their government, they that destroy the kiss-me-ass country. Partner, you feel Trinidad bad? Oh, good. Partner, you ain't know. You ain't know. And them same kiss-me-ass government come there, so. It just so happen a miracle, they vote them back again. People can't afford food and all kind of thing. It had no house in Canada. You had nowhere to live, you know. But now people living in tent and thing everywhere. Everywhere. Whole family and thing living in tent and all kind of thing. In Canada. And we have winter, you know. Them have winter there, so. Minus 30, wind chill minus 42, all kind of thing. You go dead in that. Dead. You go freeze solid inside your freaking tent. You're dead. Them same government they put there. So. And them same government using the position, just like Miss Kamala, to enrich themselves. Because in 2015, people see how corrupt she ass was. They see how she thieving and lying. And what option they give all you? PNM. And next set of kiss me as criminal. So all exchange one devil for next one. And they let them come there so and do enough damage. We only get fed up. And then they bring back the devil to come and do their work. Now they have all you right where they want all you, because they set that up partner from the beginning. They set it up right from the beginning, and Miss Kamala was instrumental in that. That is why she's the biggest criminal in Trinidad and Tobago political history. Because as ExxonMobil find oil there, so just so happen that the license and the contract come to an end, and we had to renew the contract. But now we don't want a lease, we want to own it. And I hear everybody talking about PNM and how they give away Pitch Lake, they give away Pitch Lake, partner, them may give away one ass. It was a 3-year deal them signed with China. 3 years, $50 million. $50 million them signed that deal there, so. Chinese railway construction company. And who own it? China. But this is a Trinidadian company. But China own it. That happened in 2013. That happened around that time. That's already 2013 or something. If a Kamala and them was there, she could have been there, but that's what they were saying. Hey, man, decide to give it away. They might give away nothing. It was a 3-year deal. That deal done. That deal gone. It was a lease. And now, wait, she would have been there. So Miss Kamala again. Miss Kamala again. It wasn't PNM. It was Miss Kamala again. And now, the same smart woman just turn around and give away almost all oil production in Trinidad and Tobago and hand it over to the United States. And that OFAC license states that Shell and ExxonMobil will be controlling the pipeline, not Trinidad and Tobago. I tell all you she's a smart woman. I tell you she's a criminal, But I try not to cuss her. I try not to cuss. It's God day. I try not to cuss today. So I get a question there, so. Get a question from a viewer asking me, where was he past 10 years? Hold on, Hold on. Where was he past 10 years? And how come I now doing this? Well, let me tell you why. I'll give all you a little insight there, so. Let me tell you why. Because where I was before, it had a couple reasons why I couldn't do what I was doing. Number one, I'm talking about government. And number two, that would have touched on hate speech. Because my mouth and hand no close, you know. I go cuss up your ass at the drop of a hat. Me ain't frightened, you know. And limited access to news. Because if all they feel them controlling media and thing in Trinidad, which they do, them telling all you everything. It was worse where I was, you know. All the news media owned and operated by the government. And if you post anything that the government do like, they coming after you, you know. And if you talk about anything they might like, you go into jail, you know. Let me give you an example. And this is a recent one. Me ain't going back, I could go back, but I gotta tell you recent. It had news. And news. She was in nursing school or something. And they bring up that alphabet community, them LGBT thing, whatever that month. And a man in a dress. And they was talking and saying she. So the girls stand up and say, well, biologically, if we're dealing with them as a patient, their pronouns and how they choose to identify themselves doesn't matter, because we have to go along with genetics. We have to go along with the genealogy and what the DNA and biology says, because we have to treat them according to that. They throw she out of school. They put she in court. And now they fining she. I think it was a couple $100,000 now. And she facing possible jail time. Jail, eh? For hate speech. Years ago, a journalist was doing an interview with a man in a dress and accidentally say he, not she, say he, and turn around and correct herself one time and say, I apologize, I'm very sorry. She. They fire she on the spot. Police show up at she house. Arrest she, put she in jail. You know she get 2 years in jail for that. For that. Just for that. And it's Canada. All you have criminal and thing in Trinidad. Partner in Canada is terrorists and thing in the country, you know. Terrorists. So the situation I was and where I wasn't in a position where I could talk. Because if it was just me there, so I would open my mouth, me I care. But unfortunately, fortunately, I have a family. And when I come here, so, you see, my wife used to give me the news. My wife used to call me and tell me this is what's going on, because me ain't getting nothing there. You can't even look for Trinidad news and thing there, so. You can't get. And if you get, they only let you see what they want you to see. You ain't seeing nothing. So my wife used to call me and tell me, and I do what all you used to do. I used to, talk to your partner, talk to family, talk to this one, all your quarrel and complain how bad the government is. I go get news and thing from family back home and thing now. But for the most part, you ain't getting nothing when I come here. So, My wife turned around and tell me, go and do that instead. Go and talk about that. Because you had the information and you know what's going on. And if you couldn't see what was going on then, how much people there don't know and don't have access to that. So open your mouth. That is why I start doing this. Just a little side note there for you in case all you ask. So, that being said, I was telling all you, Miss Kamala and Munilal and all them smart man there, so they give away all the rights to the oil in Trinidad and Tobago to the United States. And that is how Mr. Donald Trump going and supply the world with oil and gas. The Dragon Pipeline, which Marco Rubio see he granting an OFAC license to Trinidad and Tobago. American company, American government telling another sovereign nation that you had to talk to we and get we okay to remove and sell your country resource. But not until we get we peace, partner. Not until we get a peace. And them was content with a peace. Now they want a peace. They want the whole blasted thing. The whole thing. They get them a plate of food. Now they want the whole kiss me ass pot too. And that is why they put Kamala there. All you feel, all you vote she in? Partner, it had no such thing as a vote, eh? Let me tell you that now. It had no such thing as a vote. Because if you vote the way they don't want you to vote, they go change the number to make what they want happen. How much are all you? Vote for something and say, but and let that happen. But how the numbers wasn't there. And everybody you talk to feeling the same way as you. But the opposite happened. And you will find nobody that listening to them that believe that bullshit. But happened anyway. Had no such thing as a vote, partner. If they want you there, they go put you there. As long as you have their interest at heart, they go put you there. So now Miss Kamala go and pack up she pocket and hide their money. And I tell all you, once that pipeline go through there, so United States boots going on be in the ground in Trinidad and Tobago. They go clean up the country. They go get rid of the crime. And then they go remove all our there. Then they go take your country. And some of all you go be real stupid enough to listen to their ass and take the citizenship they give earlier and go on to America. And once you go there, so partner, you go spend the rest of your kiss me ass life trying to come home. I promise you. I promise you. Where I is here, this is what Trinidad used to be. This is what Trinidad used to be. I step foot here and partner, I feel home. This is what Trinidad used to be. The only difference is speak Spanish. But this is what Trinidad used to be. And that is what happened when all you had them kiss me as politicians there, so that want to listen and be like America. They forget their culture. They forget where we come from. It ain't good enough. They want to be like America. Well, partner, they go turn your country into little America. They go turn your country into little Canada. Look and see what's going on there, so. And that go tell you what's going to happen in Trinidad and Tobago. Wait and see. So, Miss Kamala, I see you, you know. I see you. Over a decade of corruption and thieving and lying and embezzlement. Over a decade. And you want to take your ass over there so and shake up your ass and wind up and carry on and Trinidad and Tobago. You want to talk we down in front of the whole kiss me asshole? The crime in Trinidad and Tobago. The crime in Trinidad and Tobago. And who make it happen? All you. That's all your fault. But there's a story again, There's a story. Tell them the real story now. Go tell them. Go tell them that you work a deal with Obama. And then you rework the deal with Trump. So Miss Thing, when shit start to happen there, so when they realize they lost their country, you go take up and go and take off and go to America. You and that fucking criminal Moni Lal. Sorry, I was trying not to cuss, eh? I was trying. All of them go take up and gone. So watch all yourself. Because boots coming. Boots coming. And the next thing go happen, they go tell all you prepare for war. That coming too. That coming too. Because them go need people to help them fight when shit start with Venezuela there. So them ain't go do all the job for all you. So they go tell all you get ready for war. And then conscription. And after enough shit happen and the country finally destroyed, that is where diaspora come in. They go flood your country with which American and thing. Who call themselves Trinidadian and them ain't no kiss me ass Trinidadian. And then they go open up the CARICOM free movement deal and flood Trinidad and Tobago. And then they go push all you out for the ass. That is what coming. So like I always tell all you, all of we brother and sister. All of we. Partner, we born with carib and chutney and soca in we veins, you know. We born with that. It's in we blood. It's in we DNA. All of we brother and sister. Stop fighting your brother and sister. Because you're doing the job for them. You're doing exactly what they want you to do. You're getting all your story and watching all you fight each other. While them working deal behind all your back and smiling and playing smart man. And then they go come and mama guy all you. Them want you to kill yourself, you know. Them want it. Because they could damn well clean up the country. Because where I live was one of the worst countries in the world. One of the most dangerous places in the world. And now it's the safest place in all of North America. And that man do it overnight. easy. So them could do it, but they don't want to do it. So look out for your brother and sister. Look out for each other. Because Miss Kamala, that blasted criminal, she ain't gonna do one ass. And if you feel it go get better after she, partner, you making joke. Wait and see. But if all it open your mouth, nothing ain't gonna happen. It gonna get worse. So I love all of you. Love my Trinbagonian brother and sister. I love all you. God bless all you. God keep all you. God guide all you. And God bless Trinidad and Tobago. God bless sweet, sweet TNT. Lord, how I love up my country. God bless. Take it easy, Jen.